Good morning, students. Now, today the topic of this lecture would be multiple-level queue scheduling. This is the last scheduling algorithm in the series of CPU scheduling algorithms. As the name suggests, multiple-level queues. One thing is clear that the queue data structure would be used in the scheduling, in this type of scheduling, and there will be multiple queues involved in this scheduling at a single moment of time. So we start. It says it may happen that processes in the ready queue can be divided into different classes where each class has its own scheduling needs. For example, we say there are two categories of processes. One can be classified as foreground processes and the other can be classified as background processes. फोरग्राउंड प्रोसेसेस में सारे यूज़र इंटरैक्टिव प्रोसेसेस आ जाएंगे और बैकग्राउंड प्रोसेसेस में सारे बैच प्रोसेसेस आ जाएंगे. So we can say that a common division is a foreground, that is interactive processes, and background is a batch processes. These two classes have different scheduling needs. For this kind of situation, multiple level queue scheduling is used because you have two different scenarios, and under two different scenarios you have two different set of needs. So to cater to such needs, we have different scheduling algorithms for different types of processes. This algorithm separates the ready queue into various separate queues. In this method, processes are assigned to a queue based on specific property of the process, like process priority, size of the memory required, etc. Next we say ready queue is divided into separate queues, as we have said. Each class, for example, the three different processes, जो diagram आपकी screen पे है, if you notice this diagram over here, we have divided the set of processes into three different categories, as you can see: system processes, interactive processes, and batch processes. That is Q1, Q2, Q3 respectively. Apart from this, we have also assigned the priority to these queues. The batch process has the least priority, as you can see, and the system processes have the highest priority, and in between we have the interactive processes, that is where user had the interaction. All three different types of processes have their own queue. Each queue has its own scheduling algorithm. Q1, Q2, for example, we can use round robin algorithm, while Q3, जो batch process है, can be using FCFS for scheduling purposes. However, this is not an independent scheduling algorithm because we have seen ये अकेला खुद की इसकी कोई एल्गोरिदम नहीं है. इसमें बहुत सारे शेड्यूलिंग एल्गोरिदम्स को एग्जिस्ट करते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द स्पेसिफिक नीड्स ऑफ द प्रोसेसेस इन्वॉल्व्ड. So as it needs to use other types of algorithms in order to schedule the job. As in this case example, we have seen Q1, Q2, the best scheduling is RR algorithm, and the best scheduling algorithm for Q3 can be an FCFS algorithm. So when next we come on to the characteristics of multiple level queues. Multiple queues should be maintained for processes with some characteristics. Every queue may have its separate scheduling algorithm and priorities are given for each queue. This is very clear from the diagram that we have seen. And the same example again we repeat कि foreground background processes में अगर हम classification करते हैं तो the foreground queue might be scheduled with RR algorithm, and जो background queue होती है उसमें we can easily apply the FCFS algorithm. Okay. In addition, there must be scheduling amongst the queues also, which is commonly implemented as fixed priority preemptive scheduling. इंडिविजुअल क्यूज में तो अलग अलग हमने कहा Q1, Q2 में हम RR लगा रहे हैं और Q3 में हम FCFS लगा रहे हैं, डिसाइडेड. अब ये तीन क्यूज भी तो को एग्जिस्ट कर रही है ना सिस्टम में, तो इन तीन क्यूज में भी एक शेड्यूलिंग लगेगी, वो होगी प्रीम्प्टिव शेड्यूलिंग, दैट इज प्रायोरिटी बेस्ड. मैंने बोला ना Q1, Q2 जो सिस्टम प्रोसेसेस और इंटरैक्टिव प्रोसेसेस थे उनमें हमने क्या लगाई, हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी लगाई. Highest priority is of system process, second highest priority is of the interactive processes, and the least priority is been given to the batch processes. तो इन queues को आपस में कैसे शेड्यूल करना है, ये हम this priority based scheduling जो कि preemptive type होगी उसके बेसिस पे डिसाइड करेंगे. So this is all for all the scheduling algorithms. Now as a summary, we can first summarize कि what was the basic purpose of all these scheduling algorithm. The CPU uses scheduling to improve its efficiency. It helps you to allocate resources among the competitive processes. Third is maximum utilization of CPU. This is the most important point in scheduling. And the processes which are to be executed are in ready queue. So students, now we have completed all the scheduling algorithms. We'll quickly go to the summary of it, whatever we have been covering for past 1 week. Each day, as you can see, we have taken up 2 scheduling algorithms. So last में एक लिया था जब priority कर रहे थे और the other one. Now CPU scheduling is a process of determining which process will own the CPU for execution while another process is on hold. In preemptive, basically हमने 2 तरह की scheduling बनाई थी, एक preemptive और एक non-preemptive. It says preemptive में क्या होता है, tasks are mostly assigned with their priorities. In non-preemptive method, the CPU has been allocated to a specific process. Next, we'll have a quick recap of all the times. Burst time क्या होगा? Burst time is the execution time. जितना टाइम चाहिए किसी प्रोसेस को एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए. What is CPU utilization? CPU utilization is the main task in which operating system needs to make sure that CPU remains busy as possible. The number of processes that finish the execution per unit time is known as throughput. What is waiting time? Waiting time is an amount that specific process needs to wait in the ready queue. कितना टाइम हम अपना बारी का इंतज़ार करने में लगा देते हैं. Okay, so that is the waiting time. That is throughput minus the burst time. Turnaround time, sorry, the turnaround time minus the burst time gives me the waiting time. और turnaround time क्या होता है? Turnaround time is the total time spent by the process in the system. Means arrival time से लेके process के completion time तक के बीच का जो time होता है, that is completion time minus arrival time, gives me the turnaround time of the process. Timer interruption is a method that is closely related to the preemption. Dispatcher क्या होता है? A dispatcher is a module that provides control of the CPU to the process. Basically ये short term scheduler होता है. Coming to 6 types of scheduling algorithms: FCFS, SJF, SRTN, priority, round robin and multiple queue. ये 6 processes हैं. हमने ये सारे process scheduling algorithms detail में करे हैं in each of our lectures. Now in FCFS, quickly, just a recap, the process with the request to the CPU gets CPU allocation first. जो पहले request आएगा वो पहले CPU पाएगा. First come, first serve. Shortest remaining time में process will be allocated to the task which is closest to its completion. ये preemptive type होता है. जो शॉर्टेस्ट ऑफ फर्स्ट इसका नॉन प्रीम्प्टिव वर्जन होता है कि जब हमारे पास एक गिवन अराइवल टाइम पे जो भी सबसे शॉर्टेस्ट एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम वाला टास्क है उसको CPU अलॉट हो जाएगा और तब तक वापस नहीं लिया जाएगा जब तक कि वो कंप्लीट नहीं हो जाता, तो वो नॉन प्रीम्प्टिव होता है. और SJF का ही जो प्रीम्प्टिव वर्जन होता है, आई रिपीट, वो SRTN कहलाता है. दैट इज शॉर्टेस्ट रिमेनिंग टाइम एल्गोरिथम. Next, priority scheduling. The scheduler selects the task as per the priority assigned to the processes. Round robin, it's simple, like passing the parcel की तरह होता है कि हर एक को एक पर यूनिट टाइम क्वांटम अलॉट होता है. उतने टाइम पीरियड के लिए प्रोसेसर अलॉट है, उतने टाइम आप एग्जीक्यूट करिए और उसके बाद वापस आपसे ले लिया जाएगा CPU. ओके, और नेक्स्ट इन क्यू प्रोसेस को अलॉट हो जाएगा और ऐसा तब तक होता रहेगा जब तक कि प्रोसेसेस अपना बर्स्ट टाइम कंप्लीट नहीं कर लेते. Shortest of first should be selected for execution depending on their time completion, कि कितना उनका burst time है. जिसका सबसे छोटा burst time होगा उसको पहले allot होगा. Multi-level queue scheduling method separates the ready queue into various separate queues. In this method, processes are assigned to the queue based on their specific properties. And CPU uses these scheduling algorithms basically to improve its efficiency. Key factor क्या है? CPU को हम जितना बिजी रख सकते हैं हमें उसको उतना बिजी रखना है और गिवन टाइम में हम जितना मैक्सिमम आउटपुट ले सकते हैं हमें उतना मैक्सिमम आउटपुट अपने सिस्टम से लेना है. So by this we have completed the major topic of operating system, that is CPU scheduling algorithms. Okay, I hope things are clear to you. If there are any doubts, you may revisit the videos posted on the various types of scheduling algorithms. Thank you.